welcome back here on the Flying Channel. Yes, it's only 2 days till Christmas, so this November earnings video is coming quite late. It had several reasons. First of all, it was of course Black Friday, so we had to deal with this. Then it's the last month of the year, so we had to finish some developments, and then we also were out of town for 1 week. So the November video is here coming quite late, but that should not be anything bad because Amazon produced a lot of stuff within the last weeks, and that's great. So this means we can cover all in this one video. Of course, there is, for example, the new earnings page, but this probably does not matter too much, even if it's a little bit nicer now. We focus on the two big topics: the potential price cap and also, of course, the phone cases for the European marketplaces. When you go to your Amazon merch create mask and you try to set your prices within the last 2 weeks, it is possible that this message pops up. Can't calculate accurate royalty. And the obvious question is now, is this a new price cap that Amazon merch has introduced? There is no information so far, so we have only pros and cons that maybe support the price cap, maybe it's just a bug. The most obvious argument for the price cap are the new max prices that are currently possible. When you say, for example, here on the German marketplace, 19.99 is possible. When you set it to 20, you will get the error message. Same here on the French marketplace, also for Italy and Spain. When you set the standard shirt to 90.49, it is working. When you set it to 90.50, it is not working anymore. And these are clean lines, clean max prices, where you usually would say, okay, hey, this has to be done by intention. We have no info so far, as I said, so we can only wait. Of course, there are also cons that it is no price cap. The most obvious one is that we have no information so far from Amazon merch. They are not the quickest, we know that, but usually they were very transparent in the past. When you think about the new royalties, I think they were announced 2 or 3 months before it was then introduced, and I think if these are now new price caps, this is a similar situation, and usually this should also be announced by Amazon merch like they did always in the past. Another thing is that this change or this error message was coming with the new earnings page that Amazon introduced. So maybe something wrong there in the system, and this is why we have the current price caps. Could also have something to do with the Christmas season and new limits, don't know. So there are pros, there are cons, and I can tell you one con, that it is no price cap. When you go, for example, okay, I have to set here prices that work. Then I can open here, for example, the phone cases. And now, very interesting, you see here the new phone cases for France. And when I set the price to 40.99, I would have a royalty. So it is not the min price that Amazon offers. But here I also get the error message. So it is not just up a max price, it is also a min price. And yeah, to be honest, this looks quite unusual. So 50.99 or 50, okay, does not also not work, but 50.99 works. When I set it to 40.99 or just 50, it does not work, but I have a range here. So this is probably the most obvious point, that this has to be a bug, but the future will tell us. I also had a look in Facebook and Discord groups, and yeah, there was of course a little bit of panic when this came up, but I can only tell from our experience, effectively it has affected 2 sellers of us. So we had 2 sellers on European marketplaces that were over 90.99, and they were set back to on the German marketplace to 90.99, and on on the other European marketplaces to 90.49. And I think there are just a few people, and you see all the merch sellers who really price their products, in the example is a t-shirt, over 19.99 on European marketplaces. When you read in Facebook groups and Discord groups, it is usually always about the US marketplace, and European marketplaces are not loved that much by other people or by merch sellers in general, I think. And this is why I think that most sellers probably aren't not affected very heavily or aren't affected at all. But of course, I also hope that it is still a bug, and that of course Amazon merch will still give us a pricing range like they did before that error message. So these are our 2 cents to this topic, and now we switch to a more positive one, the new phone cases. We have also positive news, very positive news to be honest. The phone cases for iPhone and for Samsung are now available on all European marketplaces. First, Amazon merch published that it is available in the United Kingdom, and shortly after it is also available for Germany, France, Italy and Spain, and you can only say this is probably free money. So if you have best-selling designs or phone cases that already sell good in the USA, then you can publish them also to the other European marketplaces right now. I think not everybody has the phone cases when I make this video. It was around tier 40k, tier 30k that got the phone cases, but I think within the next days everybody should get these. I have also a video on this channel from Flying Upload how you can easily update your designs or publish new designs with a Flying Upload. So have a look here on the YouTube channel. It was the last or 2 or 3 videos ago, and then you can easily convert and transfer your phone case designs also to other marketplaces. Of course, you can also advertise, but when you just expand your products and make no advertising for now and just look how it is selling, then you can really say this is free money. This is a new product for new marketplaces. So everything or quite positive in this case. And it also tells us that the merch program is not standing still. Also, when you think about the new earnings page that was introduced. So I think we can expect something here also, because I think that Amazon had a lot of problems with supply chains, and also, for example, bringing the newest phone case models into the merch program. This looks like that it is now solved, and hopefully next year maybe we have new marketplaces or new products. I also saw a screenshot that someone was invited for crop tops, I think. So maybe this is the next clothing product that is coming to the marketplaces, but the merch program is definitely not standing still, and it could be possible that 2024 is a new merch year. So then I would say let's jump now finally to the November earnings. So let's start. You know it. First of all, we have a look at last year November, and you can also follow our monthly and daily sales on Instagram /Flying Research, and then you can subscribe here to the Flying Research user, and then you can see here the monthly and the daily sales in our story. And when we have a look at November 2022, you can see that it was a not so strong month last year. This was of course influenced by the Halloween returns that came from a strong October. You can also see it in a moment when we go to the return rate for November. You will see it is quite high. So we had a net profit here from around 1,600 euro, what was weak. You can say it like that, especially when you think about that here the November sales, the Black Friday was already starting. And now we jump to this year's sales, and yeah, it is much more positive this year. We had 1,409 sales, we had 4,472 euro in income, and ad costs from around 2,000 euro. So this means our earnings and also the profit is higher than last year, and meaningful higher than last year. And when we have a quick look at the sellers, you can see here that this time the German marketplace, also the Italian marketplace was quite strong, then UK and the US marketplace are coming, but you can also see that we had not this one seller this year. This is something that I recognize the last couple of months already. There is not that seller and there is not that top anymore like last year, where you sell ridiculously much from one product or for one day. It is more consistent, but yeah, of course, when the tops are not there, then it is possible that you always sell a little bit less. I think we will also come to this in January when we go to the December earnings. But the November was working, and it was quite positive to the November of last year. And here you can see the comparison of November 2022 and 2023. So you can see here more royalties, less ads cost. That's always good. This means more than 50% in earnings compared to 2022. And then you see here something we never saw the whole year. The organic sales are quite strong compared to 2022, and the ad sales are weak compared to 2022, and this is something we never saw before. Usually 2023 ads were always pushing, and you can see here clearly that it made 52%, nearly 52% last year, and this year only a little bit over 35%. We really reduced the ads for November, December. Usually our strategy is always to push the whole year, and then when it comes to the fourth quarter, so October, November, December, we reduce the advertising a little bit and try to maximize the profit. You can also see it here that despite the fact that the ad costs were less, that it was a little bit higher, the price we paid per ad sale. So this means the advertising was in general weaker compared to November last year. This makes it even more great that the ad sales are so much stronger. And then you have here the return rate, and I said already that because of the Halloween returns, the return rate for November is quite high last year, and you see it is even higher this year with 60.33%. And yeah, you have to say this hurts, of course. And then we also jump right into the whole year of 2023 after November, the comparison. So here you can see everything again from the royalties, ads, and the profit. So we are around 50% up, and I think it's a little bit less end of the year, but I think we have a growth between 40 till 50% profit this year. You can also see organic sales have grown. Ad sales are now a little bit less. It was most of the times over 100%. Now it's only 94.61. And you see also here the net margin per sale, the royalty reducement beginning of this year from Amazon Merch. Over the year, I feel you feel it, you feel it in your merch account. Even when we raised the prices a little bit, it was not so easy, especially we had relatively high prices last year, Christmas time, to have the same prices, to have the same profit, etc. But overall, you also can say that the advertising is still running better than last year, and this is, I mean, you can see here that we are up nearly 100%, and when you then say that the advertising in general 2023 is better than 2022, then of course, yeah, end of the year also profit, etc. will show these numbers. And then you have the return rate. It is overall 7.68% last year, so below the magical 8% mark, and this year it is over 10%. I have to see the December, maybe we can drop below 10%, but yeah, it's higher than last year. I think this is what you can say. And yeah, here, these are the numbers for 2023 after November. I have a desktop extension enabled, Bing wallpapers, so every day a new background, and today it is this great winter wonderland wallpaper. So I decided this is a great view for the last take of 2023 here on the Flying Channel. I wish you already a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and of course a great start into 2024. I know for many of you, also for us, it was not the easiest year economically, maybe also from family side, friend side, whatever, but you did it and you will come back stronger in 2024. So recap a little bit, then also rest of course a little bit, charge your batteries, and then you start fresh into the new year. So this is it for today. One last thing, we have a Black Friday giveaway. We will find a winner in the next, I think, 2 or 3 days. Simply check out the video, we will post it down in the comments. So again, Merry Christmas. I see you here on the Flying Channel in 2024. Till then, have a great time.